Welcome children. Take out your history book. Chapter 4, The French Revolution. Today I am going to give you the question answers and exercises of this chapter. Take out page number 48. Exercise A. Fill in the blanks. Number 1. French society was divided into three classes: the clergy, the nobility and the commoners. Number 2. The philosophers who inspired the French with their writings were Voltaire, Rousseau and Montesquieu. Number 3. The people of the Third Estate declared themselves as the National Assembly on 26th August 1789. 4. The process of creation of nation state began in 1789. Number 5. The ideals of the French Revolution were liberty, equality and fraternity. Exercise B. Match the column. Number 1. King Louis XVI ascended the throne. Answer 1774. Number 2. Tennis court vote. Answer 1789. Number 3. Execution of King Louis XVI. Answer 1793. Number 4. Napoleon crowned as the Emperor of France. Answer 1804. Number 5. Battle of Leipzig. Answer 1813. Exercise C. Name the following. Number 1. The existing social and political system in the 18th century France. Answer. Ancient regime. Number 2. Groups that comprise the first and second estate. Answer. Clergy and nobility. Number 3. New tax system and laws introduced by Napoleon. Answer. Napoleonic Code. Number 4. 10th month period during Jacobins. Answer. Reign of Terror. Now let me give you the question answers of this chapter. Question 1. How did the American Revolution inspire the French? Answer. The success of the American Revolution encouraged the spirit of nationalism in other countries all over the world. The French soldiers who fought for America's independence were witness to America's freedom from colonial rule and the establishment of a democratic and federal government. This inspired the French that they felt the necessity to obtain freedom from misery and injustice. Number 2. What role did the philosophers play in the French Revolution? Answer. The philosophers inspired people to rise against all forms of inequality, corruption and injustice done to them through their writings. They attacked the power that the church authorities, the clergy and the king had over the people. These revolutionary ideas encouraged the Third Estate to fight for their rights. Thus, the philosophers played a crucial role in the French Revolution. Number 3. What was the significance of the tennis court oath? Answer. The tennis court oath refers to the oath taken at a tennis court in Versailles by the members of the Third Estate on 20th June 1789. The oath forbade to separate till a new constitution was set up for France. The king declared the decision of the National Assembly invalid and dismissed the members of the Third Estate, which led the nationwide dissent. Number 4. What were the reforms introduced by Napoleon Bonaparte in France? Answer. Napoleon Bonaparte introduced modern methods of warfare and expanded the boundaries of France using military strategies. He modernized warfare using cannons and large armies. He controlled over Europe, drove many countries towards the modern era. He restored law and order in France, changed the tax system and introduced new laws which were applicable all over Europe. It put an end to the privileges of nobles, made laws for the protection of private property, promoted equality before the law and put in place a uniform systems of weights and measures. Question 5. What were the social causes that aggravated the revolution? Answer. During the 18th century, the existing social and political system in France under the rule of divine kings were comprised of the three states. The first and second control estate enjoyed the privileges and liberties. They paid no taxes yet lived comfortable and luxurious lives. But the third estate was deprived of such privileges and rights. Life was very hard for the peasants as they bore the entire burden of taxation and wanted to change the social system that gave rise to widespread inequality. The discontent among the majority of the French population played a vital role in the French Revolution. Question 6. Why was the third state discontented? Answer. The third state was discontented with the injustice done by the first and second estate. They had to pay heavy taxes and were deprived of all rights and privileges. Their life was very hard and they bore the entire burden of taxation. Question 7. What ensued as a result of Louis XVI summoning the Estates General? Answer. As a result of Louis XVI summoning the Estates General to impose new taxes, the French government went on the verge of bankruptcy. The Estates General was a body of people represented by each state, consisting of one vote in the body. The third estate took the opportunity to put forth their grievances. Question 8. What were some of the impacts of the French Revolution? Answer. Some of the impacts of the French Revolution were: number 1. End of feudalism, serfdom and absolute monarchy in France. Number 2. People became a source of political power and laid the foundation of democratic government. Number 3. The fundamentals of liberty, equality and fraternity were established. Number 4. The bourgeois emerged as the dominating power. Number 5. Various economic and social reforms improved the condition of the masses. Number 6. The spirit of nationalism or a national consciousness became popular. Number 7. Church was brought under the control of the state. Number 8. Napoleon Bonaparte emerged as a strong ruler by the end of the French Revolution. Question 9. What happened during the 10th month reign of terror? Answer. During the 10th month reign of terror, people suspected that they would be executed if they opposed the revolution. But this period also saw the rationing of food grains, the ending of all aristocratic privileges and the abolition of slavery in the French colonies. Now, take out your diary, write chapter 4, the French Revolution, question answers and exercises given, homework. Write down all the question answers and exercises in your history copy. And with this, I am ending my today's class. Goodbye.